I'm Ronald Cohen. I'm sitting in London. I'm sorry I can't be with you in Toronto on the occasion of the publication of your task force report on social finance. I've followed the development of social finance in Canada over several years. I've addressed one of these meetings by video link before, and I warmly applaud the recommendations of the task force. You put together a very powerful and eminent task force, and their recommendations are spot on in my view. My own experience of social investment started in 2000 with the UK's Social Investment Task Force. And you may be surprised to hear that we've just delivered our final report. We decided after the initial report, which was delivered in 2000, to keep going until such a time that we felt government had taken on board the importance of social investment and put in place a system which is required, just as your task force has said it is, which is required in order to support the development of social investment. And only with a powerful system can we hope to provide social entrepreneurs with the same resources that business entrepreneurs can use, and deal with the very significant social issues that our society faces. Here in Britain, we have seen the social investment market, if I can call it that way, take significant steps in the direction of becoming an asset class. There are now organizations such as Bridges and Impetus and Big Invest and VentureSum and Charity Bank, which have become role models for mission-driven activity. And the government, the current government and the previous government have both accepted something which looked like a distant objective at the time of the first report of our task force in 2000, which is the need to create a social investment bank, now that there are sufficient numbers of organizations in the market in order to act as the financial pump of the engine. And it is social finance, nascent social investment bank, which has developed the social impact bond. And I'm glad to say that we have signed up the Ministry of Justice on a social impact bond pilot, where the returns on the bond are commensurate with the reduction in reoffending by prisoners who have been released. It is only by increasing the supply of capital that we can hope to develop a sustainable and powerful social sector to deal with big social issues. The capitalist system does not deal with its own social consequences. It deals with its market and its financial consequences. And we need to develop a social sector that's capable of working alongside government powerfully to tackle social issues. And it is for this reason that I think we can say in the UK today that just as with business entrepreneurship, so with social entrepreneurship, the supply of money creates its own demand. And connecting the social sector in innovative ways, such as social impact bonds, to the capital markets is a crucial objective. It's for this reason that I applaud so warmly the recommendations of your task force. Government needs to play an enabling role, and tax incentives and other ways of supporting the development of social investment are crucial to its development. But nothing is as crucial as the first three recommendations of your task force. I believe that we have now reached a stage where we can persuade governments that your first three recommendations need to be implemented. Here in the UK, we have started to talk to the Charity Commission about issuing guidelines that say that prudent trustees would allocate a percentage of the assets of their foundations or charitable trusts to investment in social finance. Down the line, I believe that we will need similar regulations for pension funds. It is absolutely crucial that we have a legislative or a regulatory change of this kind in order to make trustees comfortable that in investing they are meeting the objects of their charitable organizations. And in the case of pension funds, that they are meeting their fiduciary obligations. I believe if we can manage to implement changes of regulation of this kind, that they will be as momentous as the changes were for venture capital when in 1978 the United States changed the prudent man rule, which was part of the ERISA legislation. Following that, we saw a marketplace which had received dribbles of finance from the private sector move to becoming an institutional asset class. I wish you every success in your efforts, and we are always there to support you in any way we can.